distinguished panelists, I want to thank all of you, including our colleagues in diaspora, I would say, for your active participation in this very important webinar focusing on soil information system for food security and sustainable intensification in Africa. I observe that the scope of the presentation and discussions clearly showed the stakeholders' deep interest in the subject matter, and again, the growing interest of all and sundry in the development of Africa's agriculture. I strongly believe that African agriculture is at the verge of a breakthrough. I can even say we're heading towards a green revolution coming to Africa in the nearest future. The subject of this webinar is very vital. Now than ever before, it is noteworthy that the Soils4Africa project, listening to your presentations, has commenced the process of developing a veritable soil information system that will meet the needs of the broad stakeholders group in Africa. I understand that the work package 2 of the project led by FARA and supported by ISRIC and the African partners, rather the French partners, has conducted a rigorous investigation that documented the stakeholders' opinion on what the soil information system should be, if it is to meet the vital needs of stakeholders and give developmental impact. This is remarkable, and it indicated a paradigm shift in the way agricultural research and development activities are conducted. From every indication, this has been the crave of FARA, looking at what's on their website and the stakeholders in Africa and beyond in the last, I'll say, last 2 decades or thereabouts. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, effective engagement of the stakeholders is central. There's no doubt about it. To the crave for a demand-driven technology development, practice of the innovation system approach has indicated this as the best. I say, I repeat, the best, and emphasize the best way to go. If the product of research will lead to measurable developmental outcomes and impacts. Our discussions today has shown again the importance of soil as a central point to the hydra-headed issue of sustainable intensification. Sustainable intensification is the only way for Africa to meet its food and nutritional requirements. It is those imperative that adequate information on the health status of soil should be made available very clearly in a usable format. This came out very clearly in Amua's presentation to inform rational decision on the use of this great asset. As a way forward, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I strongly think that a broader linkage with the stakeholders for a continuous development, refinement, and use of soil information system that is being developed is very vital. Secondly, Effective communication on this tool will be necessary to ensure broad-based use and impact. And lastly, let the tool meet the needs of the farmers in every, I emphasize, every African country, without going through any intermediary. At the African Soil Partnership, which is the African chapter of the Global Soil Partnership of FAO, where I currently serve as the chairman, on behalf of 43 country members of this group, we pledge our continuous support and full participation in this very, very important endeavor. Our sense of ownership will not wait until we have a veritable soil information system in every country in Africa. Once again, I thank all the panelists for your valuable contributions and all the participants that listened to this webinar. I am convinced that with the kind of partnership and interaction I've observed between Africa and European partners in this webinar, there is a bright future. There's a glowing light at the end of the tunnel for the growth of Africa, of agriculture in Africa. Finally, I'm excited that the sustainability plan for this project, after the intervention from the European Union and ISRIC and a few others, we'll gather soon. But I want to still strongly recommend that African governments should be ready to provide resources to guarantee the continuity of this project. This can be achieved through the African Union. A special session can be arranged in one of the AU meetings. I wouldn't say compel, but convince all African countries to mainstream the soil information system project into their regular projects in individual countries, and then make budgetary provisions for the continuity of the project. This is the only way we can get out commitments from African countries. I want to thank Farah, I want to thank ISRIC for appointing me to give this closing remark. And at this point, I'll declare the webinar closed. Thank you.